Alright guys, and now it is time for another live showdown between the Vampire Counts and the High Elves. So as far as the army composition goes, on the front line we do have a combination of the Graveguard with great weapons, who I think are pretty good in this matchup. With 90 armor, they're going to be pretty durable against like, High Elf missiles, Lothran Seaguard, and archers and things like that. And with the great weapons, just in case they go with like a Phoenix Guard or a very, halberd heavy front line, they're going to be relatively effective. But again, they probably will lose against like Swordmasters of Hoeth and things like that. But if he does go elite, we also have Manfred. So Manfred is going to have the Fate of Buna and all those other goodies. So Manfred, we're going to go ahead and... do we want him to be riding dirty? I think Manfred's going to be riding dirty with one of the Blood Knights here. The other Blood Knight is going to be riding separately. And the reason I bring Blood Knights is because they do pretty good against Dragon Princes. And on top of that, they can shut down Star Dragons if you can get a good surround. But you definitely need a lot of pressure in this matchup. So let's go ahead and get the Black Coach. And yes, the Black Coach is very good. Fear, Terror, Armor Piercing. It does magic damage, so it surpasses the physical resist of a lot of units. This Fellbat group can actually just kind of roll with them for now. Let's actually put the Fellbat in group 1, I think. Do we want to? Yes, that would be good. 4 and 5. Hounds are very good against Lothran Seaguard and things like that because they're infantry size, so the Lothran Seaguard don't get their bonus for as large. So good luck to my opponent. Let's see what he's got and have some fun. All right, so it looks like he deployed on the other side. It's always one of my pet peeves when you have to like waddle over there. Okay, I was just making sure for a second. I was like, did we actually keep all of our spells? And just like, oh, it's such a waste of money when you do that. So, all right, so these hounds, we'll go ahead and kind of get them running over here. These ones can run around the far side as well. And all right, I think we're good. Actually, this one they didn't listen to their orders here. So he's got Illyrian Reaver archers, always a very, very good choice. But we do have hounds to kind of screen those guys out. He's got some Phoenix Guards, so pretty much just a Death Star of like elite infantry, which will be pretty good. Hopefully the Black Coach will be able to counteract some of those guys here. And we don't want to pull our cav over there. It's too tight of an area because if we like try and get around, although it looks like he is giving us an opportunity. So those hounds there, we're probably just going to use them, and let's actually just like pull back here so we don't get caught in some like awkward forest fight. That would definitely not be fun. All right, so these hounds are here. These ones can go ahead and just kind of screen those guys, and let's go ahead and get a Fate of Buna on some of those Swordmasters of Hoeth. So a very elite High Elf army. It's going to be scary. I was expecting some archers to counter Mortis Engine play, but I mean, he has some with the Illyrian Reaver archers, but they're not really like a true archer unit. So the hounds, we're just going to kind of waste his ammo and keep him busy while we form ranks here, and we can actually kind of waddle over there. I think that should be fine. So Manfred, he's going through the forest. He's having a good time in the jungles of Lustria, although yeah, I guess it's Lustria, right? We got some ruins over there and stuff. So we're wasting ammo, which is good. Let's go ahead and see if we can get on here. Manfred, let's pull him back. We're just going to kind of square up to meet our opponent. Yeah, that Fate of Buna is going to do a ton of work. And if we can actually get on the chariots with the hounds, that's going to be huge. That is really good. All right, so Manfred, you need to get out of the jungle. We do not want you messing around in there. We do get on the chariots there. Illyrian Reaver archers should countercharge us here. Yeah, that's good value. But if he countercharges with the archer cav, like we're going to probably lose those hounds back there. Okay, so he runs into the halberds, which is fine. We got a lot of free damage on those chariots, which is pretty cool. So we're just going to kind of position here so we have like a decent fight. And good, so just get the hounds positioned on the far side. We're going to pop Master of the Black Arts to put us up to 1 to 4. We should be able to get another Fate of Buna before the fighting starts, potentially, or at least like right as soon as the fighting goes. All right, cool. So yeah, we can go ahead and engage now, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and square up like this. Blood Knights, and yeah, what do we want to do with the Blood Knights? I guess we just like deal with the chariots and stuff. So let's get these Blood Knights around the back and see if we can at least like rear charge his infantry. But my opponent with very good play here, keeping those Lothran Seaguard in the middle, definitely very solid stuff there. Because not Lothran Seaguard, the Swordmaster of Hoeth, because then we can't like collapse in them easily with our cav. All right, so Manfred and the boys are kind of hanging around, getting ready to have a good time, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of start waddling these guys in. So it's going to be a pretty rough infantry fight, but hopefully with the Black Coach and some of the other tools we have, we'll be okay. And the Black Coach should probably come up the middle here. Great, so the Knights, we can go ahead and do kind of a center pocket charge here, and the Chariots, let's go ahead and get them. We'll get these Knights around here, and another Fate of Buna on these guys. We want to spread the love, for sure. And we do have the Sword of Unholy Power and a couple other pretty good tools. So yeah, he's watching with the Chariots. So let's get these hounds here, these hounds here. These Blood Knights can go ahead and rear charge right here. Dire Pack, you probably want to pull them back, put them in group 7. Actually, is he coming in with the Chariots? He's thinking about it. I know, he wants to. So Manfred, we can go ahead and just kind of pull him back for now. This is a risky charge. Let's actually tie up those halberds. Yeah, that charge was really just wimpy. So we're just going to pull them back, hopefully be able to escape there, and just try and like collapse the middle if we can. So the Mighty Black Coach is ready, so let's go ahead and get into the Swordmaster of Hoeth. These hounds are here, and it looks like there's going to be a fiery convocation or something. So let's go ahead and pull back here, see if we can dodge that and maybe have him roast some of his own troops. Yeah, and it looks like we're going to dodge it with most of our guys. It's going to get one group of the skeletons here, but that's not really the end of the world. And it looks like it does actually hit his own Swordmasters on the far side. So, great. So Manfred and the boys, we're going to go ahead and charge in here. We'll pull those guys back. Since those troops weren't braced, it actually looks like it did some good damage. So, does he have any... I got to use these Fellbats. Yeah, so the Fellbats can easily chase those guys. That's actually a really good target. Manfred, you want him to be engaged in melee most of the time so you can get the Sword of Unholy Power. So we'll pull those cav back around here. The other Blood Knights are kind of just grinding in the pocket, and we do have a bit of a Death Star, so that's, it's not a bad situation. I don't think we really need to heal anything in particular. Our Graveguard Great Weapons are actually holding really, really well here. these guys will do well once they get on him. And but who's he have for his lord? He has Teclis. Okay, so he's got some witchcraft up there. So we're going to see if we can jump on Teclis. And we're going to pull back this blob so we don't get like sandwiched right there. And the hounds, are these actually blood knights? Let's go ahead and charge those spearmen. They're not braced, so we should be able to get some good damage. And the black coach can go ahead and just run over here. Looks like he's getting a fat heal right there. And the Fellbat's doing a really good job. Just such a solid unit. So we get that charge, which is good. So let's go ahead and pull back and then just cycle charge him again, which is going to be pretty strong. And we can go ahead and re-engage now. Let's get you over here. And these Blood Knights, where do we want them? I think we just kind of like position them and see if we can pick off the scraps. That's probably honestly going to be the most cost effective in terms of kills and stuff. All right, so the Graveguard are re-engaging because we were going to get like sandwiched in a very weird way there, and we definitely don't want that. So, all right, great. So Manfred's here. We could save up for another Fate of Buna. Honestly, I think another Invocation of Nehek. Are these both? Yeah, this is Sternman and Graveguard with Growth. So those are two very, very good targets. So these guys, we got the charge. We're going to pull back, kind of rinse and repeat here. And the Black Coach looks to be fighting in the appropriate areas. And let's go ahead and charge down those Swordmasters with our Knights. And the Hounds, we can go ahead and have them feast on the Spearmen, so we don't have to waste time with them. Let's get these Blood Knights in the back, charging in here, and good. All right, so we're in pretty good shape. We got that invocation. Let's get Manfred fighting, and the Fellbats, I think, got killed by the Illyrian Reaver Archers, which is to be expected. Black Coach, we definitely don't want you getting surrounded here, but we do get some nice, easy kills on those guys. So the Black Coach, a little bit trapped up in the trees, so let's get him out of there. All right, so these Blood Knights, man, this terrain here is just such an ugly spot to fight. So let's see if we can get those skeletons around the back. The Black Coach does escape the wrath and clutches of my opponent's army. These dogs are feasting on those guys there, and let's actually get them to come finish off these, and the Black Coach can do that as well. Okay, so now we're in a bit of a Death Star situation. Our Winds of Magic, I think I might have forgot the Sword of Unholy Power. It looks like I did. Darn, that would have been so good. Okay, so we're here. Let's get these guys going here, these guys going over here, and we're probably, yeah, we might be able to get one more, like a couple zombie summons, but I think, you know, Fate of Buna is pretty much out of the picture now. Let's go ahead and charge into those guys. Looks like he does get a nice fire spell going on there, and we're going to rear charge those Phoenix cards. Let's get these guys. Actually, are they braced? Are they facing the right direction? It looks like they are. So we're going to try and crush those Spearmen, I guess, for now. So the Sternsmen are in a pretty good fighting shape here. The Black Coach coming in could potentially get some good terror routes. Now we can charge into the back of these Spearmen who are not braced. They are facing the wrong direction, which is very important. So I was expecting Star Dragons, but we're not running into too many. So we're going to get these Blood Knights here. We get a nice juicy little charge, so we're going to pull back. You don't want to sit and sustain combat with spears. And we're going to summon some zombies right here. These skeletons are going to be occupying the Phoenix Guard in the back line, which is always good. Let's get you guys here, and then let's charge in against those Spearmen again. And it looks like the Black Coach, it's good that it's fighting amongst its people. Like, it's because if it were isolated by any of these like halberds or anti-large units, that would be pretty tough. All right, great. So it looks like he's doing a fiery convocation on the skeletons, and honestly, they're not going to get hit that much by it, I don't think. Yeah, we're going to find out here in just a second anyways. So we're going to charge here. We're pulling those guys back. He does have some spearmen over there who are a little bit occupied. But I think with the Black Coach here, we should be able to grind out this engagement. It's really good in sustained combat, actually, especially when it gets all of its charges. So those guys charged in. We're coming back in with the Blood Knights. Bounce of Power is a little bit in our favor. Nothing backbreaking, but man, not having that Sword of Unholy Power really was not good at all. Okay. So these guys still have 28 models. They only lost 2. So let's get them kind of reformed over here. The Rohirrim, the undead ones, can form ranks. Master of the Black Arts will get us another zombie summon. We might be able to get to an invocation if we save up like 2 cycles of that, but I don't know if that's worth it. So let's get you guys collapsing here. And oh, they can actually get those Tyrannok chariots, which would be really nice. Manfred probably needs to back out here. I think we just summoned some zombies. We just got to go for the Alpha Strike here. Because Manfred getting surrounded by halberds here is really, really bad. Damn, okay. So, okay, let's get the Black Coach. The Black Coach is going to try and help Manfred out. We get the Blood Knight charge. So this one we're going to pull back here. These guys we're going to pull back again. And yes, our tattered group of Blood Knights, we want you guys to go finish off those spears, I think. And it looks like the Black Coach is terror routing a lot of his troops, which is really good. So Manfred is actually kind of saved by the Mighty Coach, which is definitely always a good sign. So let's go ahead and charge those spearmen down. This group can kind of just get ready to charge again. And yeah, the skeletons and zombies helping out quite a bit. All right, so we just need to collapse this last group right here. How are we doing on infantry? It's basically just the Sternsmen. That was a good charge. We did a lot of damage to those Tyrannok chariots. And these guys were able to do some good damage to those. We definitely want to chase these guys off. So let's pull back, sit and sustain combat, refresh that charge bonus, and we need to pull out. We can't have Manfred taking that kind of damage. That's the one thing that could tilt the bounce power back in my opponent's favor. All right, great. So we're here. Let's get you guys coming in. The negative 14 penalties from being attacked from behind on those Howl Spearmen should be pretty good. Great, so we got that. Black Coach is up to 62 kills, not bad. Here comes the charge from the Blood Knights, hitting those unbraced Spearmen, definitely good. I think we're starting to buckle the formation a little bit. So this is solid. So the Black Coach needs to fight these halberds here. And let's get our Cav back. And let's just go feast on the scrap so we can't get like a 4th quarter rally here. So these guys can charge here. These Blood Knights can go ahead and chase off those chariots. And the Sternsmen, we need you guys fighting here. Black Coach back in Manfred. Where are you going, homie? You need to get back in there and do some work. So I don't think these spearmen are... Oh, it looks like they might have countercharged there at the last second. I'm not sure. But we got a good little charge. That's nice. And our other guys, the Tyrannok Chariots, let's actually finish off the infantry. I think that might be a little bit better than the Tyrannok Chariot. All right, Manfred's in there. He's fighting. We have the Sternsmen and the other guys kind of going. So let's get Manfred up and around and see if he can get to some of his boys. The Black Coach can go finish off those spearmen as well. And let's go ahead and charge back into those guys. And yeah, we'll charge these guys as well. All right, so he has some rallying troops on the far side. He's got those chariots and a couple other dudes here. Manny Daddy is gonna just keep getting in there, but this is a grindy one. But thankfully, the Sternsmen. I mean, of all the troops to have left, the Sternsmen are definitely one of the better ones. All right, great. So let's have you guys, the Black Coach, go for them, and yeah, it looks like the Blood Knights are able to crush this pocket, which is really nice. So now I think we just get our two groups and just like try and like collapse on this flank here. And, damn, we didn't get enough to summon some more zombies, so that's a little bit rough. That's a damn shame, Jimmy. Let's get the Sternsmen pushing forward. Manfred should be going after it. That is Techless. So if we can get Manfred on Techless, that'd be really good. For some reason, I kept thinking it was Tyrion, but... All right, there's the charge. We got those guys down. These guys are going to position here. We'll get these 14 back. We're going to line up Rohirrim style. And the Black Coach just terrorizing the lands as usual. It's up to 94 kills. Definitely cannot complain about the efficacy of the Black Coach. Great, so Manfred is fighting Techless. These Blood Knights are going to be coming in. There's a little weird lip here that they keep like missing their charge. Yeah, I kind of screwed that one up at the last second. All right, Sternsmen, get in there. Manfred, you just take out Techless. Let's summon some zombies to occupy a lot of those models there. And for some reason, I can't even see the model counter. Black Coach. Oh, and it looks like the Illyrian Reavers are coming back from the Felbat excursion. So they got tired of their vacation in the spooky lands. Definitely were not enjoying it. So, and I think we got it. I think that's going to be it. So well played, my opponent. That was a ferocious one. It was definitely not what I was expecting. I was expecting more some archers and maybe a Star Dragon to try and breath attack and goon out my stuff, because if they do go that route and decide to get a Star Dragon against you, you have Manfred, you can Spirit Leech to the Dragon. If it decides to land, you pin it with the Dire Pack and Blood Knights. But honestly, we had zero good targets for the Blood Knights. Like, he had that Chariot and some Illyrian Reaver archers and things like that. But yeah, there was nothing great. We can't catch really either of those, except the Chariot. But he just kind of kept it in the Death Star once he saw like all of our pressure. But all jokes aside, I think the MVPs were the Black Coach. The Faded units were very good for Manfred, but not bringing that Sword of Unholy Power was really bad. I could have had like at least another Faded unit or two, which would have ended the game a lot quicker. But I think those were kind of the glaring mistakes in that matchup. But the composition's pretty good. I like that. I think it's a safe Vampire Counts comp. It can deal with Infantry Death Stars with Manfred. But again, you just have to bring that Sword of Unholy Power. As far as my opponent's army comp, it definitely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting like this heavy of an infantry Death Star, and most Vampire Counts players are going to be a little bit wary of bringing Mortis engines and things like that in this matchup, simply because of all the good missiles that the High Elves have. I mean, even 2 or 3 Illyrian Reaver archers can kill hounds, and they can kill your Mortis engines with missile fire. And Dragon Breath is really good against it, so I think it's a little bit dangerous to bring a Mortis engine in this build. But a Mortis engine would have hard countered this type of play here. So very well played to my opponent, Young Metro. Look forward to running into you again on ladder, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing Manfred von Carstein in action. Have an excellent night, guys, and take care.